This one misses for ball one.
What a big start this is for Lester. You know, after the last couple starts, he got that big ERA, and you heard what he said. You know, he's going to work harder than anybody else. I think this is just such a big start for him to get back, you know, on the beam again. Meanwhile, base hit.
The opposite field base hit at that for Marco Scutaro, who continues to be hot.
John Farrell said, you see in that little interview, that keep the ball down and away to right-handed hitters. Well, this ball's not really down. It's kind of middle. Good piece of hitting. Good ball to hit. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Line drive right field.
So Scutaro aboard to begin the top of the first inning. Here's Aaron Hill. How about his start? 344, 11 home runs, 34 runs batted in. And batting out of the number 2 spot in the Blue Jays order. It's jammed and pops it up foul.
Doesn't look like a 2-hitter with that, the way he swings the bat. Hands real high like that. You see where he gets his power.
We've kind of been waiting for him to blossom and have one of those breakout seasons. The former first-round draft choice, and now he is. Blue Jays have been a healthy team position player wise. The problems have really been in the pitching staff, namely the starting rotation. Tried to hold up. Did he go? Yes, according to John Hirschbeck, and it's 0-2.
Tight breaking ball right here. This is a good pitch to show everybody. Couldn't hold up.
It was 64 hits, tied for most in the majors coming into tonight. It's the 0-2 pitch, and it's fouled off down by the shoe tops.
You know, it's one thing trying to throw the ball down and away to right-handed hitters, but you've got to show them something in to get that side of the plate. So you don't just come out trying to throw the ball away all day long. I mean, to me, he throws the ball. We talked about his cutter in on right-handers. You can't forget about it. But I guess more than anything, you want to consider just keeping the ball down and away. Make it simple.
Stays away, and it's 1-2. Throwing hard tonight. He's been between 95 and 96. I figure he's going to figure it out. He would be here at Fenway Park, where he's had so much success over the years.
Oh, he really has. Incredible kind of success that he's had. See him finish him off with a hard breaking ball down and in.
Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. First strikeout for Lester, and there's one away.
Once again, he sets him up for this hard breaking ball. Doesn't throw it for a strike. Good place to throw it, especially when they're hacking. 2 strikes, you're going to get some swings.
One down, Marco Scutaro at first base. The key matchup is brought to you by Acura. And good numbers for Alex Rios against John Lester. I think that's one of the toughest things to think about. When you're thinking about Lester, the numbers at home have not been that good this year. I mean, you're so used to him dominating here at Fenway Park, but in 2009 he is 1-2 at Fenway with a 6.04 earned run average in 4 starts.
Well, in Tampa, against Tampa on that Saturday afternoon, he gave up what, 7 runs in 1 inning on about 4 ground balls in the hole, which to me wasn't a shellacking. It's just tough luck.
Yeah, he was touched for 8 runs in that outing as time called late.
Throwing that ball up to us.
Almost got here.
I've never done that. Never done that. They say, I guess, just keep going. Well, he kept going. He just flipped it. Didn't want to waste a hard throw, so he just tossed it up there.
Not quite as close to the hitter as Beckett was in Los Angeles and Bobby Abreu.
Totally opposite, wouldn't it? This is a tough lineup for him. If you look at these guys, tough right-handed hitters, good fastball hitters.
That's the thing about last night. You think about Brad Penny coming in, and granted he is right-handed, but still a guy who throws a great many fastballs in a lineup that hits a great many fastballs. A lot of contact, but a lot of flyouts to center field as it worked out.
Yeah, I think Tampa was off their game last night. They just couldn't get anything done. I mean, they had some pitches to hit. You see, he only walked 1 guy, but I didn't think he had that great a control, to be honest with you.
to left field. Jason Bay in his tracks out there makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So leadoff single. Scutaro still at first base with now 2 down in the inning. And Vernon Wells coming up. With 263, 5 homers, and 21 runs batted in.
Lester's got his curveball working pretty good tonight. First inning. It's nice to see.
Wells, who's 3 for 9 in the series, takes ball 1. Look at the breakdown for Wells. His number's not quite as good at the Rogers Center. Lead has been short at first base for Scutaro.
Toronto doesn't run much. Stole, what, 20 bases this year? They really haven't got a base stealer. Nobody in particular. Rios can run a little bit. Wells runs a little bit.
Wait for ball 2, 2-0. One thing they do is hit. They are first in batting average with 286 as a team. Leading runs with 235, hits with 427. They're second on base percentage, third in slugging. Third in home runs with 52 on the year.
They're going to hit. I mean, this club is going to hit. I cannot see them not having a good offense.
There's a strike, and it's 2-1 now to Wells.
Their whole trouble is going to be pitching. Definitely. Starting rotation.
And they're starting to play some American League East teams. It was sort of a strange scheduling thing for them to begin the year. Not a lot of AL East teams in April and May.
No.
Inside for ball 3.
And then they're going to jump into interleague, right? So they're not going to see it right away, right? June is interleague. Although we're going to go see them next weekend, right?
(3-1) to Vernon Wells. To left field and in for a base hit. Jason Bay plays it on a hop as Scutaro takes second base. And Wells got the second hit of the inning. Well, for John Lester, things were going pretty well in his last outing against the Seattle Mariners. He had a 4-1 advantage. First and second with one away when he could have turned this double play. The Lynn decision. He was looking at Lugo the whole time and only gets the out at first base. It turns out to be a big inning as the Mariners come out of that inning with a 5-4 lead. And it really could have been a 4-1 situation getting out of that had he turned the double play.
I mean, you're going bad like that. You can't give him another out. But do you expect Ichiro to take him deep? I mean, twice? I mean, that's hard to do.
Ichiro doesn't do it often. He's got 2 on, 2 down. And Adam Lynn takes strike 1. And we're talking about it in Seattle. You get the feeling that if Ichiro wanted to, he could hit a lot more home runs than he does.
You think? I mean, I know he goes deep in BP, but so did I.
You went deep in BP?
Just kidding.
This is popped up. Bloop to Lugo, who makes the catch to retire the side. The Blue Jays strand a pair. Red Sox coming up. Of the first, and the Red Sox lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off in center field with Dustin Pedroia at second base. David Ortiz, the DH. Kevin Youkilis at first base. Jason Bay in left. J.D. Drew in right field. Mike Lowell at third base, bats seventh. Jason Varitek in the big night last night, bats eighth. And Julio Lugo at shortstop, bats ninth. Robert Ray is on the mound tonight for the Toronto Blue Jays, another rookie. His fourth major league start, a record of 1-1, winning last time out against the Chicago White Sox. Has a 3.60 ERA. A 15-game hitting streak for Jacoby Ellsbury.
You see this Robert Ray, big 6'5" kid, doesn't throw real hard. See a little split finger he starts it off with. That means he's got a split finger. He may not feature it very often. Doesn't really throw real hard. I asked a few people about him before the game. They just sort of said, huh. So that's not a good sign, is it? Huh?
That was the scouting report, huh?
That sounds terrible, but that's, they're not real excited about this kid, but he's coming off a game where he gave up nothing, or one unearned run his last time out.
His major league debut, May 2nd against the Orioles. He got a no decision. It was a 5-4 win for the Blue Jays. Ellsbury fooled on the pitch. The swing and a miss, and it's 2-2, down and in.
A little breaking ball right there. You say something about a pitcher that he doesn't have all that much, and then he'll probably go out there and shut him out. So once again, they're running somebody out there every day the Red Sox have not seen. It's like one after another.
On the ground on the first baseline, a fair ball. Ellsbury will touch first, head for second base, dug out by Rios. It's a 16-game hitting streak for Jacoby Ellsbury, and he takes care of it right out of the gate tonight.
Saw that breaking ball in earlier, right? The pitch before. Tries to go back in there. 89-mile-an-hour fastball. He just turns on this ball, hits it down the chalk, nicks off of Millar's glove. You see, he almost gets to it. Can't get on the ground fast enough. And that's a double by Ellsbury. Get on the ground, Kevin.
Ellsbury in scoring position at second base. Nobody out, bottom of the first inning. And Dustin Pedroia, the batter. Pretty hefty breeze blowing out towards left center field tonight. As Pedroia takes strike one. It is a gust.
It was a good night to hit last night, with all the home runs you saw. His ballpark plays small when it gets hot, doesn't it?
It does.
It really does.
21 miles per hour out to center.
So somebody might go deep. You think?
0-1 the count to Pedroia. Breaking ball in the dirt, and it's a ball and a strike.
Dustin sitting on that one home run, first at bat this season.
Yes,
right
here.
And it's the only reason why I say it, because I said, oh my God, this kid might hit 25 this year.
First at bat of 2009.
Right.
Swings at the 1-1, grounds it foul outside of third base. Let's see how the Toronto Blue Jays set up defensively. Jose Bautista in left, Vernon Wells in center, Alex Rios in right. Scott Rowland at third base, Marco Scutaro at short, Aaron Hill at second base, and Kevin Millar at first base. The battery, Rod Barajas doing the catching for Robert Ray. Defense been pretty good for the Toronto Blue Jays. They ranked third in the American League in fielding percentage. Saw the Red Sox ranked 11th in that category. Terry Francona kind of addressed that today in his
very candidly addressed it.
Yeah, I mean, something they're not real happy with so far.
I know, the left-hand side of the infield, he's saying. Lugo's not quite the same, he said, and along with Lowell coming off the surgery, that he says, they're just not the same, but what are you going to do?
It is different on the left side. Mike Lowell, obviously, you've seen him run. Still not 100% in that category, but his production has been amazing. But from a defensive standpoint, that left side is a little different. Lugo coming back from the knee surgery.
Yeah, he's just not the same. And I don't think Lowell's totally the same. But he's been going out there every day. He's only missed, one game?
Yeah, he missed game 2 of the day-night doubleheader here at Fenway Park.
Sometimes, you know, when you think about defense, you know, what do you see? Like, in other words, should that ball have been caught? Sometimes you don't really know what somebody should have gotten to. But there's been some balls in the hole that you'd think. That one game against Tampa, right? That Saturday afternoon. In fact, the Leicester game, there was about 3 ground balls that went through.
This one to short. Scudero looks the runner to third and fires to first. For the out of Pedroia, Ellsbury moves on to third base. Here comes David Ortiz.
Ortiz finally gets a right-handed pitcher. After coming back off a 3-day rest, he had 2 left-handers he hadn't seen before. He hasn't seen Ray before either, but at least he's right-handed.
Ellsbury 90 feet away with 1 down. Inside for ball 1. With a home run to straightaway center field last night, and this place was electric.
Fastball up, out, over, and he just drove this ball like he did the old David Ortiz.
Chops it right side into the shift as Hill will throw him out at first base, but the run scores. Ellsbury from third base, and the Red Sox lead it 1-0. 18th RBI of the year for David Ortiz.
You just take what they're going to give you. Everybody's playing back. Any ground ball anywhere is going to score the run.
Well, what a nice return last night was for Kevin Youkilis, activated from the DL prior to the game. Picked up where he left off. A 3-hit night. 3 for 5 showing in his first game back. It was his first action since May the 4th. When he went on the DL, the left oblique strain.
He's just gotten better and better and better every year. You think about it. I bet you there was no year in the minor leagues that he ever had that was just like, if you go back and look at the numbers of Youkilis in the minor leagues, I know he was the Greek god of walks.
Right.
But there was no numbers that jumped out at you, like 25 jacks or something like that. He's just getting better every year. And that's why it was hard to say, what's he capable of doing? You know, I was surprised that he hit. I didn't think he was going to have, had the kind of power to hit 29 home runs last year. But I believe it now.
I think he was a tough guy to project because in the minor leagues he didn't do a great deal of that. You're right. The power numbers were not really there. He did had great on-base percentage, knowledge of the strike zone, a guy who did walk a lot. But it was hard to project what he would do, and certainly he's become much more aggressive over the last year plus and continues to get better. I think a lot of people made a pretty good argument that he could have been the MVP last year.
Oh, absolutely. And when I first saw him play, I was like, this intensity, this is going to wear down, isn't it?
It's amazing.
I thought, how's he going to keep this up?
I think that has been tempered a little bit this year, too.
I do. I've seen it. I've seen him be a little more, for him,
not
get so upset over, a bat.
Now, then again, as Terry Francona points out, there's not been a lot to be upset about because he's not had too many bats. He's been frustrated.
He's gotten some cheap hits. I mean, you can't hit 400 and hit rockets, right? I mean, things have to go well. I don't care who you are, but at the same time, he's had some big games, walk-off things, home runs. He's just a tough out. There's no one way to pitch this guy. You got to mix it up. He's a good breaking ball hitter, stays back, and then you think you could slip that piece of cheese by him and he could turn on you.
Jason Bay waiting on deck. 2 outs, bases empty. Flared foul, will do it again.
But I think he gets a lot of attention now. He's on he's on everybody's radar. Everybody knows about Kevin Youkilis. I said last night he might be one of the top 5 players in the game. That is saying something about a player. Top 5 players in the game? I mean,
I think it's a good statement.
Thank you.
I agree.
Okay.
It's outside, ball 4. And Youkilis heads down to first base. Find out how Citizens Bank new homebuyer savings and college saver programs can help you save for tomorrow today. Visit a branch or go to citizensbank.com/new ways to save. 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. A run in for Boston. Kevin Youkilis at first base. And Jason Bay is the batter. Couple of hits here last night for Jason Bay. Again, a 2-for-3 showing. Overall at .302 now. 12 homers and 42 runs batted in. He's second in home runs, second in RBIs in the American League. Carlos Pena has 14 homers to set the pace in long balls, but in RBIs, Evan Longoria with 46. Jason Bay second with 42.
He's doing everything. Walking, hitting for average, power, late power, 7th inning on. Good left fielder, good base runner.
We're talking about his contract status. A lot has been made of that. Of course, the Red Sox were talking to him during spring training by all accounts. And sometimes, you wait the season to try to figure out where the market is. It usually works in the team's advantage. You think of it this time around, this could very much work in Jason Bay's advantage. The way he's playing right now, these numbers could be enormous at the end of the year.
They really could. How do you deny somebody, major contract when he'll, I don't know what, 30 with 120?
Yeah.
I mean, hit 300? I mean,
3-1 opposite field with power. Rios headed back at the bullpen. Can't make the catch. It is gone. Jason Bay trying to figure out how it went. It did. It's a 2-run shot, and the Red Sox lead it 3-0.
Boy, he gets a fastball, drives it the other way. It shows you the kind of power this guy's got. He's not just a, Fenway hitter flipping the ball over the wall. He's done this a couple of times this year. Rios doesn't really get back on this ball. He sort of cruised back there. But he will take it. Bounces off the wall. You see this right here. Fastball 3-1. He stays back and just drives this ball to right center field. It's kind of slicing just a little bit. You wonder if he's got enough of it. But it hits the top of the wall. Rios could not get there soon enough. I thought that he could have had a shot at that ball.
Yeah, the way it bounced up, it looked strange out there in right field, but that's exactly right.
But look at the power he's got right here. I mean, boom. I know it's a good night to hit, but he puts a swing on this ball. You see he's kind of cruising back there, and he short arms it a little bit. Not an easy catch by any means. But if he had gotten there just a fraction sooner, easy for me to say, you could take your rib cage out trying to catch a ball right there. But how about that power?
Well, Jason Bay now 13 home runs on the season. Red Sox out to a 3-0 advantage. 2 of these runs coming with 2 outs. And now J.D. Drew, who had last night off, back in the Red Sox lineup.
This young pitching staff for the Rays, they come into Fenway Park. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot for young kids to come in here. I know this kid Ray is 25. Last night Cecil was 22 years old, but it's a rude awakening coming into this ballpark.
A lot of firsts going on when you come here, and it has not been kind to the Blue Jays pitching staff so far.
For Cecil last night, his first 5 home runs he gave up. You don't forget that.
And the Red Sox out to the 3-0 advantage. Credit the lengthy at bat for Kevin Youkilis, too, who took the walk, set the table for Jason Bay. Drew with a swing and a miss and a full count.
3-1 cutter. This kid has thrown a lot of breaking balls, either sliders, cutters. He tries to he's pulling everything. He's kind of afraid to throw a fastball. Last fastball he threw was in the bullpen.
He's thrown 30 pitches here in the first inning. And he strikes out J.D. Drew to end the inning, but the damage done. 2-run shot as part of a 3-run first for Boston. 3-0. Red Sox on top as we head to the second inning back at Fenway Park. 6, 7, and 8 for Toronto. Scott Rowland, Kevin Millar, Rod Barajas. This John Lester's got a 3-run lead in which to work. As this one is chopped foul.
Takes a little pressure off. Get a 3-run lead coming out the second inning. They struggled a little bit in the first.
On the ground, a shortstop. To the backhand goes Lugo. And the throw in time. Go to NESN.com to receive a coupon valid for 30% off your entire purchase at all Olympia Sports locations on May 30th and the 31st. Olympia Sports, get it for less. One down here in the second inning. Kevin Millar homered in the first game of the series. It's a .296, 3 homers, 14 runs batted in. Non-roster invitee signing a minor league deal coming into camp with Toronto this year, making the team during spring training. And a very good veteran presence. There are a good number of veterans on this team, but Millar certainly probably the most outspoken, I'd go out on a limb and say.
He's getting up there now, too. 37 years old. To find a job in the big leagues was tough this past offseason.
Yeah, it wasn't easy for anybody, even the free agent guys who are pretty good free agents. It took forever.
But he put up some numbers. If he plays every day or gets his with Baltimore, he was getting 450 at bats or something. Last year he had 20 home runs. And he's going to run into some home runs because he tries to leave Earth. I mean, that's what he's trying to do up there.
It was the first time that he had 20-plus home runs since he was with the Red Sox in 04 when he hit 25. And here are his overall numbers in Boston, 03 through 05.
His on base is there. He takes his walks. He's not just up there hacking.
A strike and a full count. Millar to center field. Ellsbury got a good jump, but he won't get there. Drops in front of him. And a one-out single, the third Toronto hit of the night.
Looked like this ball was going to carry all the way to Ellsbury, but fastball out over. If he hits it good enough, it's going to carry there, but he kind of get the middle of his bat, hit it on the label, crunched it a little bit, and flared it into center field. He'll take it.
So one out, Millar at first, and Rod Barajas, the catcher. So a nice start to the season at .311, 3 homers, and 23 runs batted in. His second season in Toronto.
They run these right-handed hitters up there. If you think about Millar and even Barajas right here, that you make a mistake, they're trying to leave. They're trying to crunch balls. Dead pull hitters.
To left field. Back goes Jason Bay, shy of the track to make the catch for out number 2.
Thank goodness.
You're going to like this segment a lot. Tonight's Twisted but True Fact of the Game is brought to you by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Last week, an unidentified woman got her arm stuck in a toilet at Citi Field. Apparently, her arm became lodged in the latrine when she was trying to recover a gold tooth that had fallen from her mouth. Eventually, emergency medical personnel were able to free the upset Mets fan. She was unable to recover the tooth, however.
I was going to say, what's so important that you'd have to try to get it out of there?
It's twisted.
A ring or a tooth.
It's twisted. I'm not done with it yet.
Sorry.
It's twisted but true. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the refreshing hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea, being a little twisted.
It's got to be a wedding ring or something to be diving in there, huh?
Gold tooth.
Gold tooth.
Yeah. Those are expensive, you know.
Yeah.
So 2 down, Millar at first. I told you you'd like that segment. In fact, I think moving forward, there'll be a great segment for you to read. I'm not saying you're twisted, but
I don't get twisted anymore. I quit getting twisted a long time ago. I'm telling you.
Jose Bautista batting out of the number 9 spot, and left fielder for the Jays. It's down 1-2.
Plus they're trying to bury that ball inside on these right-handed hitters. You know, do you think that Fenway Park would be a tough place to pitch? It has notoriously been a tough place to pitch for left-handed pitcher, but this guy has been lights out. Just recently, you know, lost. It was 11-0 at one point.
Yep. Yeah, the numbers were ridiculous there for a while. But
it really was.
This year having problems here at Fenway Park, which is so unusual for him. He lost in his first outing against Tampa Bay, which he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings. Did win against the Orioles here at Fenway, but then got hit hard by Tampa Bay back on May 9th here at Fenway. 4 1/3, 8 runs.
All in that 5th inning.
Yes. This is for ball 3, full count.
You know, this year he'd make a bad pitch. He just hasn't gotten away with anything.
Top of the Jays order, and Marco Scutaro waiting on deck. 2 outs. Kevin Millar at first base. Millar goes on the 3-2, and it's into right field, a base hit. And reaching is Bautista with the second hit of the inning. The Jays have first and second and 2 down.
A nice piece of hitting right there. 3-2 pitch. I think this is like a cutter or something. Hard cutter on the outside corner. I don't know if he was trying to throw it out there, but nice piece of hitting. Millar running on it, almost got drilled.
So 2 on, 2 down, and a chance for Marco Scutaro, who singled to right field his first time up. Blue Jays have had base runners in the first 2 innings. They stranded 2 in the first. Now they get 2 on with 2 down here in the second. And it's strike 1 to Scutaro. On the ground softly to the backhand of Youkilis. Lester covers, and he's out of the jam. Toronto strands 2 more. Red Sox lead it 3-0. At Fenway Park, Red Sox on top 3-0. And the bottom third of the Red Sox order coming up. Mike Lowell, Jason Varitek, Julio Lugo face Robert Ray. He gave up 3 runs in the first inning. Numbers from Mike Lowell. Another home run here last night. 7 now on the season. Sit safely in 27 of the last 32 games. So tap foul, and it's 2-1. Tonight, the Red Sox getting their first look at Robert Ray. He's 25 years of age. Last year was pitching in Double-A in New Hampshire. 4th major league start tonight. A 7th round pick in 2005 out of Texas A&M. And again got his first major league win, an 8-inning effort against the White Sox last time out. Strike 2 to Lowell, and it's 2-2. Through 91 pitches in that victory. Allowed only 1 runner into scoring position against the White Sox.
Well, this is a whole different ball club offensively, the Red Sox, compared to the White Sox. The White Sox swing the bat. The Red Sox will make you pitch. And that cutter he throws down and away, you got to show me you can throw a strike with it, because I'm not swinging at it. In this day and age, you get a good look at guys. They have video galore. I don't care who you are, they're going to find you and get some video on you. And get, you know, a scouting report that they just couldn't do years ago.
I was going to ask you about that. How much was available to you in the prime of your career?
Well, it didn't start happening until, I think, really the late 80s, late 80s. So there was nothing early on, and that was great, because when I was a rookie, nobody saw me, and I was like,
surprised.
Yeah, it took you a couple of chances to, you know, they didn't know what I did.
Lowell strikes out. Not going to be happy with that. It's the second strikeout for Ray.
I don't even think Ray was trying to throw this ball there. He's trying to throw a ball down and away, and he leaves it inside. Strike 3. I mean, it is a strike, but mislocation. He's lucky he wasn't hacking. He might have juiced him.
So 1 out for Jason Varitek, batting out of the 8th spot. He's got 7 home runs now, 18 runs batted in.
Yeah, we talked about him in the pregame, and it's something to talk about. I mean, the guy's got 7 home runs in only a quarter of the season. Start doing the math too quick. Saying 28 home runs, that, you know, I mean, calm down. I mean, it'd be great if he gets 28, but
and it's hard to project a catcher too, isn't it? I mean, as far as the year goes on, he's going to get a little bit more tired. I mean, that.
What a start! This has got to help his confidence.
On the ground to first base, Millar takes it himself for the second out of the inning, and we check in with Heidi Watt.
Don, Robert Ray is another rookie making his first start against the Red Sox. Now, he had some trouble against this lineup in the first inning, but his pitching coach, Brad Arnsberg, says he's got the stuff to be a big league pitcher.
He's very smooth, very effortless, knows how to move the ball to the halves of the plate. He knows how to play with the zone when he has to, and he knows how to get out of it when he's afforded that opportunity. He's got a nice hook. He's got a nice cutter, a good slider, 2 fastballs being 4-seamer and nice running 2-seamer, and a good changeup, you know. So he's got all the components to be a solid starting pitcher in the big leagues.
Well, he's having a much better second inning so far. A strikeout of Mike Lowell, the ground out of Jason Varitek.
He's got 6 pitches.
Many more than we thought.
He hasn't got enough fingers for what he's got. Cutter, breaking ball, you know, sinker, slider,
dice K range of things that he can do.
Wow. I think he likes to cut it and slide it, is what I think he likes to do. Away. He's going to feed something inside.
Lugo fouls it off, 1-2. Well, if you're traveling and can't watch the Red Sox on NESN, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. The ultimate baseball experience featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer, and catch those you missed on demand. For more details, visit RedSox.com, where baseball is always on. I love MLB.com TV. I live on that when we're on the road. It is tremendous. You see everybody.
Really, it's such a helpful thing, especially in our business.
I mean, you can watch like, we don't get to see the Mets a lot, so I watch some Mets games today.
But then you go to bed watching the West Coast, right?
Exactly.
You never would. You never know what's going on out there.
Last night, I told you, Broxton finished the game for the Dodgers, Heath Bell for the Padres, and David Ardsma almost in succession last night on the West Coast.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good. Anybody that's addicted to baseball is loving life. Like me.
I mean, it's amazing how much you can see now, and you think about what you couldn't see just a few years ago.
Really?
I mean, highlights.
Although you don't get HD on all of it.
But it's
right?
pretty good, though. It depends. Yeah.
To me, if you don't get HD, it's like a blur. Because I'm looking for, you can't see pitches quite as well.
Right.
Once HD came out, it's like, oh my God, this is incredible. You can see exactly what kind of cheese everybody's got.
Whether or not it has hair or back to the mound as Robert Ray fires to first to get Lugo. It's 3-0 Red Sox. Three to nothing. Red Sox on top. It's the third inning, and a line drive just foul as Aaron Hill sends one down that left field line just outside the line.
Real aggressive hitter. They start him off with a little changeup right there, and he was way out in front of that. Well, not way out, just barely went foul.
Till Rios and Wells in the inning, and it's ball 1-1 to Hill.
See him miss real bad with that cutter right there, trying to bury a ball down and into the right-hand hitter, and he just leaves it.
All of us here at Nesson, and the Red Sox want to send out congratulations to the newest Red Sox fan, one-day-old Charles Robert Rancourt, who was born last night, 6/15. All the best to his proud parents, Lindsay and Guy Rancourt. And happy anniversary wishes to Bernie and Harriet Portney of Swampscott. Their son Stephen from Red Sox Security tells us they're celebrating their 56th wedding anniversary, so all the best to the Portneys as well. Aaron Hill waiting on a 1-2. And it's 2-2.
You know, you see sometimes, I've watched over the year with Lester and Veritek, they're never, I mean, they're not in sync all the time. You know, that sometimes I think he wants to do something different than Jason wants to do. Not right here, though.
Thought he had strike three.
Yes, he did. A little backdoor cutter. maybe down a little bit. They agree again.
And they grab the inside corner for strike 3. Aaron Hill thought he had ball 4, flipped the bat, but he strikes out for the second time tonight.
He's lucky he got away with the pitch on the corner for ball 3, but this pitch right here is nasty. This freezes you, even though it's inside. I got to have too close to take. That's what they say, right?
Well, Hill took it, and he is down by way of the K for the second time tonight. As Alex Rios steps in, fly to the left in the first, and grounds one softly, kind of fought it off on the ground to Pedroia, and there's 2 away.
What do you call that, a nubber? Is that a nubber?
That'd fall into a nubber category. I mean, that was
a nubber.
Kind of a defensive swing there as it was running in on him.
Knuckles. That's your knuckles.
2 down for Vernon Wells, who singled to left field first time up. As Lester tries to complete his first 1-2-3 inning of the night, the Blue Jays left 2 on in the first. They left 2 on in the second. And have not had a base runner in the third.
You gotta be careful with these guys. They like to swing the bat early. You talk about being an aggressive offensive team, but you look at their on bases up, so they are getting their walks. So we talked before when they first got here about their philosophy, you know, with the new, with Cito and his tennis, the way they aggressive at the plate, but their on bases up. Nice pitch there. Good cutter.
Well, certainly the approach before was to try to work your way on base, and good play discipline and all that, and it seemed to get into some guys' heads. You know, I mean, Gene Tennis has always been an aggressive hitting coach anyway. Was here with the Blue Jays for a lot of years originally, then was actually in the Red Sox organization for a while. He was the hitting coach for the Pawtucket Red Sox. I spent a year.
He's been everywhere. I saw him in St. Louis. He was working
all over.
Over there. Yeah.
He's done a great job for a lot of years. And Encino Gaston, the first move that he made when he took over as manager was to bring Gene Tennis back. Ellsbury going back. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. As Vernon Wells into second base with a 2-out double. And Lester unable to get that 1-2-3 inning here in the third.
I thought Ellsbury had a beat on this ball. You know, he's a fastball out over the plate here. He's going to hit this breaking ball. Stays up, out over. Hits this ball solid. I thought he had a beat on this ball, but it got over his head a little too quick. Ellsbury plays a shallow center field. I mean, compared to everybody else, would you say? I mean,
well, B.J. Upton's a little closer.
Yeah, that's true. But then you got a guy like Vernon Wells who plays with his, you know, right against the wall.
Now, as a pitcher, you like that, right? A guy who plays shot, take away a lot of hits.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you don't catch a ball off the wall, it's my mistake. Forget about that. You know, catch those line drives. And then the second the ball gets hit over his head, it's like, what are you doing? How come you're not playing? You know,
where was he standing?
Come on, what are you doing? But I always say, if the guy hits a ball to the fence, it's a mistake was made by me.
Adam Lind popped out to shortstop first time up and takes ball 1. There was always a discussion about where Manny Ramirez would stand in left field. Jason Bay is usually relatively deep, and Manny was starting to creep in there to shortstop there for a little while.
He really was. Look at, they got that spot all worn out. You know, you don't have to find out where to play. Just look for the spot.
It's easy.
It's easy.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2, 95 in the heat from John Lester.
I'll tell you, Adam Lind, he has not looked good in this series. He got a base hit, I think, last night, but he just hasn't looked good at all at the plate. Umpire rung him up a couple times last night. Ball's outside, so.
Lind 1 for 4 in his career against Lester coming in, and just 1 for 10 in the series. Scott Rowland on deck. 2 outs. Vernon Wells at second base. Runs it foul. Do it again. 2-2.
This kid's going to play every day and get his 600 at bats. You're going to face some tough left-handers, and they don't come any tougher than Lester, if you think about it.
There was a time that I think you put Scott Kazmir on that list too, but he's had a tough year.
He really has. He's not the same guy. I think the innings have caught up with him.
Ball 3, and it's a full count.
He's trying to dot the outside corner right here, and if he does, he's out. But nope, down and away. Missed. Can't beg for that one. It's way outside.
96 on the fastball. Lester's pitch count rising. We have 53 with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. But he strikes out Lynn to end the inning. 3-0 Boston. Comedy All-Stars presented by Ace Ticket tomorrow night at 11:30. Tommy Davidson is joined by John Fish, Bob Biggerstaff, and Dean Edwards on the show where sports and comedy collide. Visit NESN.com now to check out clips from the show. It's the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Red Sox lead it 3-0. The top of the Red Sox order: Jacoby Ellsbury, Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz. And a chopper at Aaron Hill at second base for the first out of the inning. Ellsbury extending that hitting streak to 16 games with his double in the first. He's out here in the 3rd. Here comes Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia grounded out to shortstop first time up. Oh, how hot are the Yankees? They have been on fire, and tonight the 2nd inning have a 6-0 advantage already against the Orioles.
Oh. Last night they went back to back to back.
8 straight wins heading into tonight's action. Pedroia to deep left field. Batista going back. He's going to grab some wall. Wells plays the carom, and the throw is going to be close, and Pedroia is safe. He eluded the tag by diving to the third base side.
Nice play by Wells to get that ball off the wall, barehanded, to make a close play at second base with Pedroia. You see him barehand this ball, throws a strike, misses the tag. Nice bit of base running right there. The dive, slide, inside part of the bag, waits to stick his hand in on the outside part of the bag. Hill can't make the tag because the throw did beat him. Good base running right there.
So a one-out double, and David Ortiz grounded out into the shift first time up. On the ground to first base, Millar bobbles it, and there's time to recover with Robert Ray covering. And there's two down as Pedroia takes third. We check in with Heidi.
Don, Josh Beckett and McGreevy's Bar on Boylston Street unveiled the new Beckett Big Mouth Burger today. It is 1.9 pounds to reflect Beckett's number 19. It is a whopper to try and put down. Take a look at it right there.
It's definitely big. I guess somebody claims they ate it, but all they did was eat the patty.
You think you can put this down?
No.
You can even try.
Of course.
Okay.
Why not? I'm not going to eat all the vegetables and stuff, though, so I'm kind of going to cheat, too.
Now, it is a heart attack for a good cause, though. $7 from each burger sold will be donated to the Josh Beckett Foundation to support Boston Children's Hospital. Don, I was able to eat about 1/6 of the burger. That was enough for me. But you actually do get a T-shirt with the burger. It either says, I conquered the Beckett Big Mouth Burger, or I struck out against the Beckett Big Mouth Burger. And they did order much more of the I struck out version. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Yeah, I can eat the cheeseburger with the best of them, but I think that's going to be a little bit large. With Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys and McGreevy's going to be joining us next inning. Tell us a little bit more about it.
A lot of doggy bags at that place, huh?
Yeah, you would think. Youkilis batting for the second time, walked and scored in the first.
Start looking out over the plate. This guy's throwing a lot. Ray is throwing a lot of balls in the outside corner.
All right, you've been asking me a lot of questions. I got a question for you. Why do some pitchers end up on the far side of the rubber or on the first base side of the rubber? You think like a right-hander, some of those guys line up way over on the third base side trying to get over as far as they can. What advantages? I mean, is it just feel for each guy?
Well, I tell you, I used to creep the other way.
Right.
You know, I would start on the opposite side. In other words, the first base side of the rubber as far as I could, because I was trying to get the ball in on a left-handed hitter. It was hard for me because I was a sidearmer. So I was even farther than that, you know, and why was what's the question?
Well, some guys are way over on third base, and they're way over on the other edge.
Right. Base hit
into center field. Pedroia from third, and the Red Sox lead it 4-0. Youkilis doing it again, and he drives in his 21st run of the year.
Boy, he's something. He gets to see a lot of pitches right there. I think that's supposed to be a slider, but he goes and hooks it right up the middle. It's like he can do anything he wants sometimes. He sees so many pitches.
Well, Jason Bay standing in with Youkilis at first and 2 down. They take strike one. See, you don't get what I'm saying, do you?
No, I don't. Not at all.
Guy who toes the rubber way over on the
right.
other side, far side.
Okay.
What's he looking to do? I mean, what's the advantage of being way over there?
He's creating error. It'd be tough against a right-handed hitter, wouldn't you say? Because,
that's what I would think.
Right.
So he's way over here, though.
Well, I was way over there too because I was trying to get the ball in the outside part of the plate, inside to a left-hander, outside to a right-hander. That was I wanted to be able to make that pitch.
So that's what you're trying to do if you're on that side.
Where he is right now.
If you're on the other side.
If it's the other side, then that means you can.
What are you doing?
You're going to have. It's easier to get the ball in the inside part of the plate.
Okay.
We're creating angles here, I guess.
We often see guys all over the place, and you wonder what the thought process is as to why they toe the rubber at that spot.
Well, I used to, I'll tell you what, coming out of the bullpen, you come out there, there's a bunch of holes from the pitch because the game's been going on for 8 innings. So I was trying to find the least amount of problems out in front where my foot landed. I wanted to get away from the holes. Make sense?
By the time you got out there were a lot of
holes everywhere.
Yeah.
You get time out, bring the guys out here to fix the mound. You can't do that. So I would just scoot over and try to get away from the holes. Make sense?
They flips it foul. Still 1-2. It's time now for the Coors Light Freeze Camp. The home run by Jason Bay back in the first inning. A 2-run shot that hits on top of the wall. Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. 1-2 the count to Jason Bay. Strikes him out. 92 and up. Red Sox get a run, lead it 4-0. Top half of the fourth inning back at Fenway Park. It's 4-0. Red Sox on top. Ken Casey from the dropkick Murphys and McGreevy's stopping by. This burger is unbelievable. This thing is huge.
You getting ready to take that thing down or what?
This thing is, 1.9. Is that what it is?
1.9 pounds.
Yeah, it's also
11 ounces of lettuce.
Oh, there's that much lettuce?
Yeah.
Wow.
Get a pile
so
on
it's good
lettuce.
for you.
Good for you. It's the Josh Beckett Big Mouth Burger. Proceeds go to the Josh Beckett Foundation. He's a big guy. He likes a big burger, and there's a little bit of a challenge. If you finish it, you get the I Conquered the Big Mouth Burger.
He's from Texas. He's from Texas, so everything's big in Texas.
That's how it's done. And if you fail, you get the I Struck Out on the Beckett Burger. And he was down today, and he gave it a whirl. He didn't do so well.
So you get something either way.
You get something
finish
either
it or
way.
not.
And even if you don't, you donate money to a good cause. The proceeds go to his foundation, and if you cut it up 4 ways, right? It's 4 burgers, and it's cheaper than buying 4 separate burgers. My partners probably won't like me saying that, but
How much did he eat today? Did he get into that pretty good? Or?
No, he didn't get into it very good.
No.
He was talking about his physique and being an athlete and all that. But I'm not buying any of it.
Well, how did it all start getting involved with Josh Beckett?
His Jason Obley, who runs his foundation, was he tends bar for us part time. I think he's just down there to meet meet some ladies, I think. I don't know. I hope he doesn't have a girl. I'm just kidding when I said that.
This one popped up foul. Veritek coming back.
But he came up with the idea. He ran it by me and Josh, and it seemed like, you know, a great way to, you know, raise some money and have a good time doing it. Watching the people line up down there today and give it a whirl was it's pretty interesting, you know, and I'm sure we'll have a lot of late night orders at 1:30 a.m. You know, people having a whole new set of coverage, so we'll see how it goes down there. We actually got a roadie down here. Luckily enough for him, he got off because he's sitting in such a cheap seat that the camera can't get him. But Grizz, he's a madman. He vowed that he would eat it, finish it tonight in the stands, or work the entire next tour in his underwear.
Wow.
And
that could cause a problem for you.
Yeah.
Maybe have some arrests and stuff.
I kind of want to. Yeah. I don't want him to lose that bet.
That could be ugly.
That could be ugly.
Are you guys touring soon?
Yeah, we're touring a little bit in July and August. We start with a show down at whatever they're calling it now, Great Woods Comcast Center, with Aerosmith, which should be a fun experience. We've never done that. And actually, speaking of the Beckett Burger, if you buy a Beckett Burger, you get entered in a raffle to win tickets and a meet and greet with Aerosmith and Dropkick Murphys. Not that you want to meet Dropkick Murphys if Aerosmith are hanging around, but we'll be hanging around too.
We've met you plenty of times, and it's a lot of fun to meet you guys.
Thank you.
He's been on with us a lot of times over the years, and you know, it's so much fun every time Jonathan Papelbon comes out here. Shipping up to Boston is still taking off here, and that's been an incredible hit for you guys over the years.
It works for us.
How long are you doing this with the hamburger?
Oh man, it just started today.
Oh, did it?
So we'll be it's on the menu. We'll be rolling it out all summer, and you know, you get plenty of chances to come down and make a fool out of yourself trying to eat it. I watched it. It stays together pretty good, actually. You know, for that much, I thought it would kind of be a little bit of a mess, but yeah, it's working out well so far. So.
Is there a website that fans can check out at all?
Yeah, it's McGreevy'sBoston.com, and there's you know, links to Josh's foundation, and he was down there today, and he's great. He's such a regular guy, you know, and he's down there, you know, hanging out with the fans that came down and signing stuff and taking pictures and meeting the people that were trying to eat the burger, and you know, it's good when you know, these people can come down and meet the guys that they look up to, and when they're like him and they're so approachable, it's extra nice, you know.
Well, Ken, we appreciate you and all you've done, and thanks for coming up to join us.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
Ken Casey of the Dropkick Murphys. There's not enough for everybody as far as that burger goes, Zach. I know you've been eyeing.
I have a chemical imbalance, but that's just ridiculous. All I need is a little sliver.
Rolling at first base, nobody out, and a 1-2 to Millar. Close, but ball 2-2-2. This place really does rock when Papelbon comes in. We're shipping up to Boston. Did you have a song when you came in? I know that's pretty big now among closers.
Bad to the bone. That's what I
had.
Yeah.
George Thorogood. Yeah. How about you?
Oh, yeah.
You are bad.
That was a bad.
Really bad. This is fouled off down left field. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's new information.
Yeah. Man, I thought he was making me hear that song. It's like you figure you have to feature 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Which is not good for me because I didn't throw 100 miles an hour. Get it? You get all fired up.
But you're still bad.
I'm trying to paint here. I'm not trying to bring it.
I don't have the cheese with hair.
I'm trying to paint, man. I can't be trying to gas people.
Millar hits one in the air to center field. Ellsbury started back, now comes in and makes the catch for the first out. Immediately following our Red Sox coverage, let's stay with Nesson for Sports Desk, presented by FW Webb. Find FW Webb's 27 Bass Centers at frankwebb.com. Bruins forward Phil Kessel undergoes surgery today. Get the latest information on how that went, plus a preview of the Red Sox first interleague series of 2009 beginning tomorrow night against the Mets. A special look and celebration of Ronald McDonald houses. It's all tonight after our Red Sox coverage on Sports Desk. One down here in the fourth. Scott Rowland, who walked, is at first base. And Rod Barajas flat out to left first time up. I'm surprised by the bat of the ball. I figured you to be an AC/DC type guy. You know, something.
That was
Hells Bells, something in there. You know,
that was Hoffman, right? Hells Bells, I think it was. Hey, listen, you got a song for you. Be lucky you got a song, right?
I guess, yeah. I really don't have a song.
What that gets you? There's probably some songs out there.
I always wanted him to kind of play something when I came into the booth, but it hasn't worked out.
I'm gonna have to find you a song. Here she comes. Oh, that's hard.
Oh.
There she is.
Slide out to left. First time up.
You know, Lester's got to have a clean inning. You know, his pitch count's up a little bit. He's in the 4th inning here.
A strike, and it's 1-2.
Has not had a clean inning up to this inning, and then leadoff walk to Roland.
The pitchers are going up too. This will be the 73rd pitch of his outing. Fights it off foul, 95. And it's 1-2.
I know what it is. I'm thinking about a song for you, Sharp Dressed Man by ZZ Top. How about that?
Now you're talking.
There you go.
It's a little bit better.
With that yellow coat kicking? Come on.
You know you would wear this coat. You told me
I
you
did.
liked this coat.
I like that coat.
This is you.
I really do. It's great for TV.
I don't know about that. Terry Francona said I look like a Century 21 real estate agent.
Or, you know, I said the NFL Hall of Fame or something.
It's in the rotation. You got to wear it. To left. As Rod Barajas got himself a base hit. Scott Rowland takes second. And it's 1st and 2nd with 1 away.
And Barajas here gets a breaking ball that doesn't really break hard. He leaves it up out over. He smokes that ball. Yanked that ball to left field. He's lucky that ball's not in the seats, to be honest with you.
So 2 on 1 away for Jose Bautista. Well, when you're going bad, things are kind of dissected, and it seems like over time. Your thoughts on John Lester's stuff so far tonight?
Back and forth. You know, he'll have a real crisp fastball, then he'll throw a nasty breaking ball, then he'll throw a roller. Roller, I mean, just not a sharp breaking ball. Then you see a pitch like that. Paint, hard, fastball inside corner. So he makes pitches. He's just a little inconsistent. When he's going good, I mean, everything was there. You know, I'm talking about 90% of the time he's hitting his target. You know, sometimes he just tries to make too good a pitch here and there. More than anything, it's been 1 inning where it just unravels in 1 inning. But he has no business giving up 10 home runs. You know, he's not, especially just in left-handed hitters. If you've seen a few, not just Ichiro, but I think a couple other left-handed guys took him deep.
This one blew foul, and it's 1-2.
But you see a pitch right here. He's going to try to put this guy away. You got a 1-2 pitch. You've shown him inside. You've shown him outside. You turn the ball over a little bit. How's he going to finish him off?
On the ground right side. Pedroia to second base for 1, on to first. They turn it. Nicely picked on the backhand by Youkilis. Gets out of it with a double play. Red Sox lead it 4-0. Sox instant game from the Mass State Lottery. You can win Red Sox season tickets for life and up to $1 million instantly. Get yours today. For details, visit masslottery.com. 4-0. The Red Sox on top of the Toronto Blue Jays into the bottom of the fourth. J.D. Drew, Mike Lowell, Jason Varitek face Robert Ray. Drew's not waiting around out after that first pitch. Nice pick by Hill. He turns and throws out J.D. Drew.
Sharply hit ground ball by J.D. Drew right here. First ball swinging. Gets a fastball out over. That's a nice play by Aaron Hill right here. Nice little pick. Snow cone a little bit. Throws him out easy.
So one down. Mike Lowell struck out looking in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. This ended last inning as we wondered how Lester was going to get out of it. A nice play at first base by Euclid on the pick, and John Lester loved it.
Big pitch right there. Double play ball, fastball that kind of ran in on him.
This one chopped at third, rolling. 2 down. It's time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC. Tom, thanks very much. Back here at Fenway Park, where the Red Sox have a 4-0 advantage. They scored 3 times in the first, a run in the third, and it's Jason Varitek who bats with 2 outs here in the fourth.
Not a whole lot of people feeling real bad for Chamberlain right now. Line drive off his kneecap. You don't want him to, get hurt for a career-ending thing, but he'd be drilling guys. Guys that he's been. The guy that he drilled probably loves to see him get drilled.
He's gone after Kevin Euclid a couple of times.
And Bay recently. Must have got hit pretty good to walk off early like that in the game.
Varitek takes a strike over the inside corner and is down 1-2. Varitek didn't like it. Look back at home plate umpire Marvin Hudson. Foul tipped, held on to for strike 3. Red Sox have a 4-0 lead at the end of 4. Cooling products. Now homeowners can visit one of their 27 Frank Webb Bath Center showrooms. Product knowledge and friendly guidance make both sides of Webb a home run. 4-0. Red Sox on top against the Toronto Blue Jays. Into the 5th inning we go, and a beautiful night at Fenway. And these two gentlemen enjoying the ball game as well. John Henry, Tom Werner. On a beautiful night at Fenway Park. Things going their way at the moment. As John Lester on the hill for the 5th. Look at his line tonight. 77 pitches through the first 4 innings. Blue Jays have had at least one runner in every inning, and he has got a big double play in the 4th inning, but he has been able to get out of every jam. Jays have left 6 men on base through 4. As the top of their order, Marco Scutaro leads it off.
He needs to have a real quick 1-2-3 inning. He's got to go after somebody right here. You see strike 1. Just pound that zone right now. There you go. 4-0 lead.
Scutaro chops it towards Youkilis. Will take it himself. Lester was there as well, but it's out number 1. What does 79 cents get you these days? If you go to Cumberland Farms Chill Zone, it gets you a whole lot of refreshment all summer long. Mix up any drink you can think of, frozen or fountain, for just 79 cents, any size. That's the Chill Zone at Cumberland Farms. One out here in the 5th inning. Aaron Hill has struck out twice, once swinging and once looking. Pulled on the pitch and goes around. On the ground is short. Lugo charging on the run, and in time to get Hill. 2 down. Well, like you may have your wish here. He's got 2 quick outs.
Innings going nice and smooth. Throws a breaking ball in the dirt. He can't hold back, and then he throws just a little fastball down. Gets a little weak ground ball to finish this inning off.
Would you agree that heading into this season, the one thing you really weren't concerned about was the Red Sox rotation?
Oh, absolutely. I think all the baseball world is surprised. You know, at this point, you'd think, what were you talking about? Lester with 2 wins. Beckett has what, 4? And 6 wins up to almost June by your 2 top pitchers. You know, the ERA is what you more than anything is that both of them have that it's unheard of.
This one into left field. Alex Rios with a 2-out single, and the Jays have had at least one base runner in every inning.
See a pitch here to Rios. Tries to get this ball in. It's down a little bit, but didn't have bite on it. There's not a lot of bite on it. He's yanking. Yanks that ball into left field.
So 2 down. Rios at first base. Vernon Wells has had a nice night. 2 for 2. A single in the first inning, then a double in the 3rd. A little check swing grounder right side. Pedroia on to first to wrap up the inning. Halfway through this one, Red Sox have a 4-0 lead. locally owned and conveniently located halfway cafes to experience one of their meals deals. 7 meals for just $7 each. Visit thehalfwaycafe.com for a location near you. Tomorrow on the show, Desperate Housewives. James Denton will be live on stage and throwing out the first pitch. And Charlie Moore will also be on stage. That'll be fun. Always fun when Charlie shows up. Have you caught that act before, Ed?
Not in person.
No, you never met him?
No.
Oh.
No.
We'll have to take care of that tomorrow night.
So he's on here, or he's on pregame?
I think he's on stage.
Okay.
He's a great guy. Been on the show before. He'd love to have you on the show, I'm sure.
I'm not a real big fisherman. I don't want to touch the fish. I'm not touching fish.
That could be an issue. Left side. Marco Scudero fires on to first. Good stretch. No. Millar pulled the foot. He came off the bag. The indication by John Hirschbeck.
Millar doesn't think so.
And Lugo reaches.
Like a routine ground ball to short and the throw to first. High. It does pull him off, but I think he gets back down on it. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He comes back down on the base. And Lugo never touches first base. Did he?
So Millar really the bad end of the deal there.
I mean, what's going on here?
Not only did he come down on the bag, but the guy running didn't touch first. Things are going bad.
Wow.
Red Sox will take it.
See this high throw right here. Millar reaches up and then comes back down and touches it, taps it really. And you see Lugo never touched the bag.
He called himself safe, though.
But Hirschbeck was right on it. He missed it. Totally missed it. They're only human, those guys, those fellas.
You remind them of it any chance you get. You've not let it go yet.
I'm awful.
How long have you been retired?
I don't know, but I've never quit disliking the umpires. It's just in my blood.
There's none of them that you kind of thought, boy, he's not a bad guy.
I like him, though, because he used to ring everybody up when I pitched.
Okay, so there's a guy you
liked.
I did.
I liked him. Yes, I did. Get a big plate for Denny Boy. Now Wally's got a big plate too. You know who the big plate guys are. See, that's the thing. I know who has a big plate, and those are the guys I like.
So the umpire was a big deal for you going in, those days when you knew you're coming in. You knew.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, when I was with the A's and we had going on, and I say when you have a good team, you just have a bigger plate. There's no doubt about it. How about Atlanta all those years? Those pitchers had a plate
Maddox and Glavine.
35 inches. It was ridiculous. And then I was a part of it. When you're at a good ball club, you're going to get more pitches. And I'll be the first to admit it.
So why don't you like these guys? I don't get it. I'm missing something here.
I don't know. I got a problem with it. That's all. It's like I used to think, if I make a pitch, I thought it was personal. They'd taken it out on me. I've been working on it. I've been working on this.
Therapy or what? 1-2. It's grounded foul down past the Red Sox dugout.
I don't know. Over the years, I used to think, especially when they had the umpire. Now they've mixed the umpires together, and I think that's much better. When they had just National League umpires and American League, they were totally different leagues. One was a low ball league, the other one was a high ball league. It was crazy,
Of course, of the movement all around, you don't see him as much.
Well, they're watching over them now too. They didn't used to watch over them like that.
Yeah, that is another thing. It was you can't be fired before. It was like a Supreme Court justice.
And I used to think, and I used to take it personal because when I came out to pitch, I want you to be on top of your game. And sometimes they took time off. I mean, sometimes they didn't give their best effort. That's what I thought. Now, maybe they were, but I questioned it sometimes. If it's life and death for me, they could go home and make a bad call, and so what?
It's not going to affect their numbers.
Meanwhile, I got a loss pinned on me. The more I talk about the umpires,
you get fired up. To first, Millar trying to make this 2 to second for 1. Back to first, can't do it with Ellsbury running. They do get the lead runner in Lugo, but Ellsbury reaches at first.
See the ball down and in, but Millard makes a nice play on this ball. Throw not all that good inside part of the bag, but close play, return throw. There's no way you're going to double him up. Ellsbury's probably one of the toughest guys to double up. You got to hit a ball solid to even double him up.
And one down. Jacoby at first, held on by Millar as Justin Pedroia bats for the third time against Robert Ray. He's grounded to short and doubled. Ellsbury with 16 steals, has been caught 5 times. Ray at 76 pitches. There he goes. They pitch out, and they won't get him. Backed up, throw got away. So they guess right, and Barajas can't throw out Ellsbury even though they pitch out.
Well, they guessed right, all right. Pitch out. You can't even throw him out with a pitch out. This is not a good throw by Barajas, because he gets a decent pitch out to throw for. I don't know if he would have got him even with a good throw. He got a good jump right here. Looking back, the throw is so far in the inside part of the bag, no chance.
17 stolen bases now for Ellsbury. Puts him 1 behind Sean Figgins of the Los Angeles Angels, and 8 behind Carl Crawford. There's 25 stolen bases now on the season for Tampa Bay, and he had some leg problems the last couple of years. Crawford back to running a lot.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's going to be right there head to head with Crawford all year. Because when he's going good, you almost have to slide step and pitch out to throw him out. That's how good you have to be to throw him out. If he gets a decent jump,
(2-0) to count to Pedroia with 1 out, and Ellsbury at second base. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. Look at those numbers we just spoke of.
You never used to pay attention to stolen bases over the course of the last 5-10 years. You really never looked at it. I didn't even care who was leading the league in stolen bases, but it really is important now, isn't it? Changed quickly.
Game has changed. The numbers stolen base across the league up a lot. And you can't help but think that it's the new game now, now not in the steroid era per se.
You see teams are getting more athletic almost, guys that can run more. Not such a power thing anymore.
This one grounded foul, full count for Pedroia. David Ortiz tonight, and you're just joining us, 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second base and grounded out to first, both times to the right side.
This kid Ray really hasn't pitched all that bad. He got 2 runs in the first inning. 3 runs in the first inning, and since that time has pitched decent, has he not? I mean, a couple hits.
He's just given up just the 1 run since then. He's had 2 1-2-3 innings, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Now ground ball up the middle into center field, a base hit. Ellsbury coming around to score the 5th Boston run of the night.
Pedroia works the count finally to 3-2, gets a fastball. Doesn't do a whole lot with this pitch. 3-2 high fastball, just hits a C&I ground ball up the middle, placed in the right spot. The pitcher doesn't get it. That's a base hit, RBI. Ball wasn't hit very hard, but meanwhile, RBI base hit by Pedroia.
A 2-hit night for Pedroia, who's 2 for 3, a double and a single. As the Jays have their pen busy, Brandon League, who we've not yet seen in the series, starts to warm up in the pen. David Ortiz 0 for 2.
Third time through the lineup. I think David would get a pitch right here to hit. Takes the strike, and it's 1-1.
Ray with 4 strikeouts in the game tonight. He's walked 1. Red Sox on 5 hits have 5 runs. Ortiz fouls it off himself. And the pitch headed down and in.
Ray throws a cutter there, tries to crowd him with a cutter. Fouls it off his leg. See this ball cutting inside on him. Really can't get to it. Man, you foul a ball off your inside kneecap right there. Watch this. Back leg. That's hard to do. And you don't see too many guys with one of those guards on their back knee, do you? I mean, it's usually the front leg.
Ortiz still feeling it as he's trying to walk it off.
A little concern there.
David ready now. The count of 1-2. 1 out. Last of the 5th.
See how he chooses to get Ortiz out here on a 1-2 pitch. Stay away from him, I would. Oh, he's going right back in there again.
Ortiz fouls it off.
See a ball. He's probably trying to throw this ball belt high in, and he just leaves it down and away almost. Make a mistake like that to David before when he's hot. Might lose that ball over the wall. But you see, they're not afraid of Ortiz. They throw a lot of hard stuff.
Ortiz to right in the base hit. Pedroia takes second base. David's got his first hit of the night.
Probably should have thrown him hard stuff. Do a little soft little breaking ball. Down and in there, and he has a good swing at this ball. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball kind of hangs there a little bit. Good swing by David on this ball right here. That's his stroke.
They're still wincing there at first base. You can tell the knee is still bothering him that he fouled off. As out comes Cito Gaston. Robert Ray's night will be over here after 4 1/3 innings in his 4th major league start. Pitching change from Fenway. Red Sox on top 5-0. Store has everything for the diehard fan. Autographed memorabilia, Red Sox photos, souvenirs, and more. Shop online. Shop anytime. Shop BostonGlobeStore.com. 5-0. Red Sox on top now as they continue to bat in the 5th inning. The night for Robert Ray is 4 1/3, giving up 5 earned runs. Still responsible for the 2 Red Sox runners who are on. As this call to the bullpen is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. And the new pitcher is Brandon Lee. Making his first appearance of the series. Record of 1-1, 4.50 ERA in 16 games. 12 of his 16 outings have been scoreless this season, and the opponent hitting at .250.
He's been around a couple of years for Toronto. Last year had a decent year for them. Only about 30 appearances, but good arm, live fastball.
Euclid batting with Pedroia at second base, Ortiz at first base, a run in and one out.
Right when I said Ray had having a decent outing, he goes out and gives up a couple more runs. Makes me look like, well, spoke too soon.
Euclid's getting confirmation there from Marvin Hudson. Euclid to center field. Vernon Wells going back to the warning track, front of the wall to make the catch. Tagging at second and taking third is Pedroia. As Ortiz returns to first, Euclid gives it a ride, but he's out number 2.
Well, if he would have went deep right there, that would have been ridiculous. Coming back the way he did, 3 hits last night, gets a fastball middle, and puts a swing on this ball. This ball's gone a lot of nights, just misses this ball. Wells plays so deep, he catches this ball easy, but you put a nice swing on it.
Yeah, maybe even earlier tonight, because the wind has subsided a little bit after strong gusts out in that direction.
I don't think he got it all, but he put a nice swing on it.
He started the game with 21-mile-per-hour winds headed out there. It's not quite that now.
Boy, he looks good at the plate, though, huh?
Doesn't look like he missed a beat.
Not at all.
Jason Bay 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run back in the first inning. Yeah, I guess that really was the concern in the start that he had, hitting better than 400 and then going on the disabled list for 2 weeks, and you think, boy, is that going to affect him? It didn't.
Well, you know he works hard. He's probably in the cage like nobody's business. He works so hard that, and then he comes back, and then it gives him some rest. It kind of rejuvenates him. Everybody could use a couple weeks off, not in those circumstances, but throughout the course of the season.
A lot of guys don't like to rehab either, and it was actually his suggestion to rehab. He felt like he'd like to see some live pitching other than here. This one is down the third baseline, rolling to second base for the force out to get Big Papi and to end the inning. Red Sox add a run, lead at 5-0. Roadie who's got to eat the entire burger, otherwise he's going in his underwear in the entire next tour. so we can watch it live. This will be fun. This one.
I could see him from here.
Yeah, he's got a great spot there to the left of the pole.
He's going to show us that burger.
See how he's done so far. I think he started in between innings. He's got a nice start.
There it is.
But he's got a long way to go, and he already looks like he's going to puke.
Man, look at that thing.
A lot of deep breathing going on there early. This is on the ground to short as Lugo gathers the ground ball from Lind. There's the first out here in the 6th inning. I mean, I think there should be a time limit on this too, don't you? I mean, there's got to be a time limit.
You think?
I mean, this is very slow.
He's got 3 more innings. He to wash it down with something?
Oof.
I mean, come on.
He's looking queasy out of the gate.
He's got the moss working, though, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah. He's got his moss kicking out there. Good breaking ball right there. Leads off Roland.
Roland has grounded to short and walked. Lester didn't miss by much.
Once again, he can use a short inning right here. Pitch count, what, 90?
Blue Jays have left 7 men on through the first 5. Breaking ball for strike 2.
He looks more comfortable now than he did 3-4 innings ago. See, they never really are in sync a lot. You know, I see that a lot. I watch closely how catchers work with pitchers. And
Veritek and Lester.
yeah, and then Beckett a lot too. Paint.
Strike 3 call over the outside corner. Wow, Roland's doing some pointing. That's not going to win friends. As Marvin Hudson certainly not going to like it. He pointed towards the outside corner and now heads to the dugout. It's the 4th strikeout for Lester. 2 down.
See, sometimes the umpires are nice. They don't kick you out if you question something, but he thinks that ball's outside. It never did get the corner. He's got something to complain about. I understand. I understand where he's coming from.
Kevin Millar 1 for 2.
Ooh, another one. You got to be kidding me. Back to back called strikes. Not even close.
One ball, 1 strike. 6 out of the last 7 retired by Lester. He's got 2 outs in the 6th inning. Millar hits one high in the air to left field. Jason Day. And there it is, a first 1-2-3 inning of the night for John Lester. 5.5 in the books, 5-0 Red Sox. 6th inning. J.D. Drew, Mike Lowell, Jason Varitek to bat in the 6th. All the Red Sox hits belong to the top 5 hitters in the Boston order. Drew, Lowell, Varitek, and Lugo do not have a hit. The bottom 4 in the Red Sox lineup. As Drew's 0 for 2, he struck out in the 1st, grounded out in the 4th. It's not been a big hit night. Red Sox do have 5 runs, but it's on 6 hits.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they've done any damage, and it's 5-0.
Grabs the corner. Drew disagrees, and he's down 1-2.
You think about it, Toronto comes in here, faces Wakefield, feeling good about themselves. Boom, they do nothing against Wakefield. And then last night they got a little shellacking in that 5th inning, 4 home runs. And tonight losing 5-0. They can walk out of here half game lead, not feeling good about themselves.
In the center field, and a leadoff base hit for J.D. Drew.
A sweet stroking J.D. Drew. He gets a fastball. Ball's trying to sink, but left out over the middle of the plate. Doesn't try to do much with it. Stays on it. Line drive. A sweet swing right there. He can look as good as anybody at the plate.
J.D. leading it off with a base hit. Now Mike Lowell, who was 0 for 2. He struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. The Blue Jays tonight will travel to Atlanta to begin a series against the Braves tomorrow as interleague gets underway, and then after that they'll go to Baltimore for 3 before going home. The Red Sox will be hosting the New York Mets. Swing and a miss, and Lowell's down 0-2.
Would not surprise me a month from now that if Toronto was back down to earth, not to say that they'll be 500 next time, a month from now, but I just, not trying to be harsh or anything, I just do not see it. And the reason being is this young starting staff. And it's going to be a tough year for, I think, Cito to get it done.
Lowell goes chasing, thought he got a piece, but he's gone for the 2nd time tonight. First strikeout for Brandon Lee.
It's tough on Lowell. This at bat with his little split finger way outside. Doesn't even come close to it. I think he's sort of saying, did I tick that ball? Which he didn't. It did hit the ground though.
So 1 out. J.D. Drew at first base, and here's the captain. He's grounded out to first base, struck out swinging, 0 for 2. Robert Ray tonight, the starter for the Blue Jays. 4 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. Walked 1, struck out 4. He's on the hook. Brandon Lee came in the 5th inning, and he's back out there for the 6th. Nobody warming in the Toronto pen.
See the Red Sox come back home after losing 2 in Seattle. Looking to sweep the Toronto Blue Jays. You know, the Red Sox play so well at home, and like a lot of clubs, you know, the good clubs play so well at home. You know, if they played 500 on the road, it would just be, which last year they almost did. They tried to catch up with the last of the season, but they didn't quite make it. But this team is, to me, is night and day, the way they play at home and on the road. I mean, look at them. They've got the best home average in Major League Baseball, I think. Close to it.
15-4 coming into tonight's action. Best
hitting
home winning
3-something
percentage
at home, which they do regular. I mean, look at that. I mean, and you come to expect it. It's like, if anything goes wrong on the road, don't worry about nothing. We'll be home soon, isn't it?
Why do you think it is?
I
do you think it's
I don't know.
playing in front of your home fans here, the buzz at Fenway Park? I mean, what is it?
A lot of times I said, teams that come in here, pitchers in particular, that come into Fenway Park, they don't pitch the same way. I think they're very tentative. And the Red Sox, take their walks. You don't know when to go at them, when not to. It's just, I think they're just a better offensive team all around. They have better at bats. And do they see the ball better here? I mean, I think any team that plays 81 games at home, they get a chance to see the ball much better. I mean, the more you play somewhere, the better you see it. That's why the guys in Minnesota indoors, I think they have an advantage because they're used to seeing. I don't think players like teams come into Minnesota, for instance. They don't think they see the ball indoors very well.
Tampa Bay the same way.
Right.
Tropicana Field.
So I think that's an advantage, definitely. Even Toronto. I don't know how they play at home. I know this year they're playing well at home because they're under 500 on the road.
16-6 actually.
There you go.
Wins
I mean, there's something to be said. There's an advantage, especially in those domes.
Veritek strikes out. Drew is running, and it's going to be a strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the 6th inning. 5-0 Boston. For WB Mason's extra innings, you'll see the live post-game press conferences of Terry Francona and John Lester. The Jim will break down the starters' performance tonight, plus a preview of the weekend series against the New York Mets, the Sox' first interleague series of 2009. It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Jim, and Heidi. And as you can see, Ramon Ramirez warms in the Red Sox pen. John Lester on the mound to start the 7th inning. And Rod Barajas, the Blue Jays catcher, leads it off and takes ball 1.
Lester has scattered 7 hits over 6 innings. To throw a shutout, you have to scatter them.
This one fouled at the plate, and it's 1-1. Longest outing this year for Lester is 7 innings. He has done that on 2 occasions. Win at home against Baltimore and a win at New York. So victorious both times he went 7 innings.
He gets through this inning. This win will go a long ways for him after the last 2 outings he's had. He just seems a lot more comfortable on the mound right now, doesn't he? Just smooth. Yep. Just more relaxed. I think he started this game off a little uptight. What do you want to throw? Cut her in.
And it's strike 2, 2-2. It's got to be tough as Jesse Carlson is up now for the Blue Jays. We think about starting pitching. We know a lot more about this, but you have those back-to-back bad outings, and those days in between have got to be terrible.
Oh, they're killers. And all you can do is work as hard as you can. Like he said, I'm going to work as hard as I can, which he probably always does. But I'll tell you what, when you do lose, you have it where you want to beat yourself up. I want to hurt myself.
Cause violence to yourself? You didn't do this ever, did you?
No, but I meant beat yourself up working out hard.
Yeah.
I do extra running because I deserve to be hurting right now. Because
Right.
Anybody that's competitive, and this kid is really competitive. You have to be in this league. I don't care who you are. If you're going to be good, you got to want it. And I used to work out. I used to pitch 1 inning, and I'd run like 4 miles a day. That's insane. Like, who needs to run 4 miles to throw 1 inning?
Trying to hurt yourself.
No, but I did it because I thought, if I do this, I deserve to win. I deserve it.
And they pop up. Lugo onto the outfield grass for the first out of the inning. Going to put you to work here. Back, you ready?
Yes.
The Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Get the right auto and home coverage at AmicaCoverage.com.
You don't know how he got to this point, but he throws a breaking ball down in the dirt. Something must have set this thing up. That did. He's looking breaking ball, gets a fastball, paint. Then you see a fastball just beats Lind, and this ball is not even a strike. Punches out Roland, and Roland's lucky he didn't get kicked out. Must have not said any nasty words, but that ball was outside. But not a big punch out night. At this point, all you want is a win if you're Lester. You're not looking to punch everybody out or anything. You just want to go out there, pitch 7 innings, goose eggs, and you're going to feel good about yourself for 5 days. And this could go, you could get on a roll right here, win 5, 6, 7 in a row. I mean, the stuff's there, velocity's there, consistent velocity. I think sometimes, tonight, his breaking ball has been on and off. One good hard one, and then he'd leave a couple. But he's gotten away with it. No one's went large on him, right? Say that's how it goes as a pitcher. Sometimes you just, you do make a couple bad pitches, but you get away with it. He made a bad pitch to Barajas. Did he get a line drive base hit to left field? Some days that's a bomb, right? Well, tonight it wasn't.
You look back to that last outing in Seattle, he gets that double play, and that would have been a very good outing.
And you know that as a
turn on one pitch.
You kick yourself sometimes. But you see right there, I mean, that's enough. This inning, he gets through this inning, that is enough. And all it takes is one start to get on a roll. And this is a big start. You think about it. This is a sweep game, This is where you get your foot in their throat to try to get them out of town. 3-game sweep.
A 1-out walk here. The second free pass served up by John Lester of the night. Jordan's Furniture is the furniture and mattress store of the Boston Red Sox. Visit Jordans.com for New England's largest selection of brand name furniture and mattresses, all with Jordan's guaranteed underprice. Well, Hampton, New Hampshire checking in with well wishes for the Rum Dog. And from all of us. 1 out, Jose Bautista at first base as Marco Scutaro bats for the 4th time. He singled back in the first inning. He's grounded out on 2 occasions since.
You got to watch him close right here. There's a short leash, you'd think. Wouldn't surprise me. Base hit. Scutaro gets on. This is his last hitter.
Beach ball has come out onto the field out in the triangle area.
Because I just don't think, this is looking ahead. I don't think if you want to let him give up anything. I think it's a positive outing.
Want him leaving on a good note.
That's what I think. You got 100-something pitches. Starting to get a little tired right here.
We've got Ramon Ramirez ready to go in the pen. 1 out, 1 on.
Got to throw a strike right here. Let's go. That's what you got to do. So he takes you deep. You got to go at him.
Out ahead of this. And a foul right out of Fenway off to the left.
Thank God he didn't go deep right there. I was just saying go get him. But Make a pitch right here, double play ball. You are styling off the field, shaking hands.
Red Sox able to turn the double play behind him in the 4th after a leadoff walk for Scott Rowland.
Little gas in again. Get it in there.
Line to left and a base hit. Marco Scutaro has his 2nd hit of the night. And the Blue Jays have 2 on with 1 out.
I'd go get him right now.
Terry Francona is on his way out.
Thank you.
Makes the change with 1 out in the 7th inning. And the Red Sox on top 5-0. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 10th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout, a special seating section here at Fenway. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Here is Aaron Hill with 2 on and 1 out. Lining one into left field, a base hit. Being waved around from second is Batista. The throw from Lowell, there'll be none. And a run scores for the Blue Jays, their first run of the night. As Ramon Ramirez on his first pitch allows an inherited runner to score, charge to John Lester.
Aaron Hill can't wait for a fastball, and he gets a fastball from Ramirez right here. Try to get ahead, fastball, get ahead. He's all over this fastball. Yanks this ball into left field. Can't blame Ramirez. You want to go out there and try to get ahead. The way Ramirez has been going, he's done nothing wrong. All season long, he's been on top of this game, but you see the first run for the Blue Jays.
John Lester is still responsible for Marco Scutaro, who's at second base, as the Jays have runners at first and second, 1 out. And Lester looking on. Charged with that run, but still responsible for Scutaro at second.
You got to get him out of the game there. 109 pitches.
I guess that's the question as a manager. You want him to finish on a good note, but it comes time where you got to pull him too.
Yeah, to me, it was everything was on the line there. You know, you want him to be confident from this outing, and the pitch count was all over it. 109, you got to go.
Wheels fooled on the pitch. It's 1-2.
I'll tell you what, hitters do not pick up Ramirez. This guy's nasty, man. You see right here, this is a hard slider. I mean, real hard slider. He misses that ball by 2 feet. This kid's got good stuff. Fastball, hard slider, hard changeup, if there's such a thing.
Held on to by Veritek for strike 3. Well, it's Rios. Thought it might have hit the dirt first, but Ramirez strikes him out a big out there, and there's 2 down.
Well, he comes right back here and punches out Rios. I think this is a fastball. It's hard to tell with him. Everything comes out of that same slot, but the ball goes down, dips down. Would surprise me if that was a hard split finger changeup or something, but it said 92 miles an hour.
Everything's hard from Ramon Ramirez.
It's amazing. It's like he does have these sliders as fast as his fastball.
We're 2 down as Vernon Wells has had 2 hits, single and a double. He's also grounded out as he takes ball 1. Right-handed batters against Ramon Ramirez, hitting at 138.
Everybody else is a grand total 134, so nobody's hitting them.
No, lefties are 132, so it's right in the middle.
This guy has been a pickup like you read about. You get rid of Coco Crisp and you get this guy. I mean, he has been, really, as much as you can possibly ask for with a trade, knowing you want to get rid of Coco.
Well, that's what makes it so hard.
Right.
And you'd think that the value would not be as great based on the fact that everybody in the league knew that they were looking to move Coco Crisp.
Well, here's Kansas City with, you play in Kansas City, you don't even hear of these guys. Never heard of him.
Well, Kansas City has had a good start to their season. 2 games back in the American League Central to start the day.
Overthrowing right here. You sure don't want to have the tying run come to the plate, because that Adam Lind is due.
It's Scudero at second base, Hill at first base, and 2 down. And he misses inside. 4 pitches to Vernon Wells, and he walks him.
A little jumpy out there, jumping to the plate. He's quick anyway. There's not much motion there in his delivery. A little anxious tonight.
7th walk given up by Ramon Ramirez in 21 2/3 innings.
That's the only thing you could say bad about him, is his control's a little off here and there. But now you got the tying run at the plate. You got a fastball hitter at the plate, Adam Lind. And has looked kind of, in this series leading up to this, 1 for 11 coming to this at bat. Hasn't looked good at the plate. Kind of scares me a little bit.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. Well, the bases are filled with Blue Jays. Scudero at third base, Hill at second base, Wells at first base, with 2 outs in the 7th inning. For Adam Lind, as you said, is due 0 for 3 in the game tonight. Lifts the first pitch down the left field line. Bay on the move over near foul ground. Cannot make the catch.
Yes,
he did make the catch against the wall. Wow. Able to make the grab to end the inning. 5-1. Red Sox with the lead. Time now for Sports Desk Update with Cole Wright. play brought to you by Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot. And Jason Bay does make this catch into foul ground and almost at the wall to make the grab. It looked like he was headed foul down that left field line, but Bay staying with it.
I was about to say there's no foul territory here. That ball goes in the stands right there. That's an out in a lot of places. Luckily it was out tonight.
So the Blue Jays leave them loaded. As it turns out, they do get a run. They will have 10 men on in the first 7. The pitcher for the Blue Jays is Jesse Carlson, third pitcher of the night for Cito Gaston. Carlson appearing in his 22nd game, 3.43 earned run average.
Never heard of Carlson until last year. He had a big year for them. Was 7-2 with a 2.25 last year. Never heard of him. Minor leaguer, about 5 or 6 years, and came on the scene last year. Made some noise. He and Downs did a nice job for them last year.
He is 28 years old and New England born from New Britain, Connecticut. Resides in Newington, Connecticut during the offseason. Originally a 15th round pick by the Detroit Tigers.
Kind of a late bloomer, wouldn't you say? I mean, 28?
Yep.
Yeah. But you know, left-handers find their way somehow to the big leagues, don't they? And last year he made a splash. He did a nice job.
69 total appearances last year for the Blue Jays in his first year in the majors.
And tough on left-handed hitters, I would assume.
He attended the University of Connecticut. Out towards right center field, struck pretty well for Lugo. Back goes Wells to make the running catch. Julio Lugo sent it out towards deep right center field, but with some pretty speedy outfielders out there, and Vernon Wells runs that down.
Well, Vernon Wells can go get him. You know that. He's got about 3 Golden Gloves. Plays a deep center field. This ball's hitting the gap right here, and he just camps under this ball. Cruises to this ball. He snags balls at the wall all the time because he plays so deep, especially in Toronto.
Bunt bid for Ellsbury. Flip to first, and they got him at first base.
I'd love to see that again. That flip sort of was so quick. Nobody's complaining. That was a beautiful drag bunt right there, and he just shoves this ball at him. Nice play by Millard even to catch this ball. You know, the guy shoving it to you so close to you like that. Bang, bang play. Hirschbeck made the right call that time. Got to give him credit. Right?
I suppose that's fair if you're going to rip him earlier to come back and be fair.
I don't want to rip this guy. I like this guy. I do. Believe me, I don't like umpires, but
if you were to like an umpire,
I like
John
him.
Hirschbeck.
Yes, because I love his play. He was so nice to me. You don't forget things.
2 down here in the 7th inning. Pedroia with a swing and a miss, quickly down 0-2.
Good pitch, changeup. I think a lot of guys have seen Carlson. See a little changeup, turned it over a little bit. Pedroia way out front.
On the ground up the middle, to his left is Scudero. Sidearm toss is in time. Pedroia thought he might have beaten it out, but it's a 1-2-3 7th and a 5-1 Red Sox lead. Back at Fenway, 5-1. Red Sox on top of the Blue Jays. As Scott Rowland leads it off here against Ramon Ramirez. He got the final 2 outs of the 7th. He starts the 8th. Hard stuff inside as Ramirez falls behind 2-0. Came in, gave up a single to Hill, which scored a run, allowing an inherited runner to score, get a strikeout, a walk, and then the foul out. Jason Bay making the catch down the left field line. This rip foul.
Ramirez a little jumpy tonight, with his control. See the ball right there, ball 3, he fouled off. His mechanics are really short and quick. It reminds me of something. I think of Jose Mesa. I don't know why, but the way he starts his delivery. Remember Jose Mesa?
Sure.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, he could bring it. Cleveland, a lot of places at the end.
He ended up a lot of places.
At the end, right. His leg kick is not as much, but how he starts off is like Mesa a little bit.
Rolling off the end of the bat, sends that into center field. Leadoff single for the Toronto Blue Jays, who've had base runners in every inning but the 6th, and have left 10 men on base through the first 7.
You can't try to get nasty when you're not sure where your pitches are going. You get to roll in a 2-1 pitch. He's got to throw a strike, and Roland just hits it up the middle.
There's Kevin Millar, who had a single back in the 2nd. Since then, he's flied out twice. And he takes ball 1.
Millar's the type of guy who used to change his stance a little bit here and there, didn't he?
He would close it, open it.
Yeah, now he looks like he's sort of bent over a little bit more. He's got that little Fenway flip he has working a lot.
One thing we know, he can turn on some fastballs, and if you're sitting down that third base line, stay alive, because
you can't throw a fastball by him. I remember him taking Clemens deep in Game 7 of the 2003 playoffs. Remember? And Clemens was getting knocked around.
Yep.
He hit his cheese, man. He turned his cheese around. That's when I thought Clemens was sizzled. I thought he was done after that game. Remember? That's the Pedro game.
To center field as Ellsbury started back, now comes in, able to make the catch for the first out of the inning. A tough read initially, but plenty of time to recover, and he puts away Millar. Well, tomorrow night, after Friday Night Fenway, live from Yawkey Way, it's Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe's Red Sox Game Day Live with TC, Jim, Heidi, myself, and Dennis. The New York Mets are in town, and Heidi will catch up with their all-star third baseman, David Wright, plus a preview of Daisuke Matsuzaka's return to the rotation. The draw is a tough matchup against Johan Santana of the Mets. Interleague play begins tomorrow, only on NESN after Friday Night Fenway. We're looking forward to that. We certainly saw enough of Johan Santana as a member of the Minnesota Twins, now member of the New York Mets.
I'm looking forward to seeing Santana. I'm looking forward to, one of my favorite players is to watch as a fan, David Wright. Like David Wright, like his whole game, all of it. Like the way he plays third. I like his demeanor. I like the way he runs well. He does so many things well. I just like the way he plays the game.
Well, Barajas trying to hold up, could not.
It's like he's the type of kid I want to go meet. I want to go shake that kid's hand.
We'll have that chance tomorrow.
Yes, I like that guy. You watch teams from afar now because I don't play anymore, and I'm a fan sometimes. I like some of these guys, and it's great that I'm in a position to be able to go shake anybody's hand, to be honest with you.
Well, the Mets in town tonight. They wrapped up their series against the Dodgers on the West Coast last night. Got in, imagine, very early this morning, enjoying their off day in Boston. Line to short. Lugo retrieves it and gives a look to first base, but rolling back to the bag with 2 down.
Barajas hits a line drive, but ended the bat line drive. It wasn't as crisp as you thought when it left the bat.
So 2 down for Jose Bautista, who singled in the second, grounded into a double play in the fourth, and walked and scored the only Blue Jays run in the seventh. Here he is with 2 outs in the eighth. And it's strike one over the outside corner. Blue Jays have not been pleased with that outside corner call from Marvin Hudson tonight.
They do not like his outside corner. Marvin, you got a big outside corner, brother.
Don't you have to make the adjustment as the night goes on, knowing that?
I know. What are you supposed to do? Dive out there?
They're going out there again, this time too far.
Why not? I'd live out there.
Trying to figure out where the line is.
Farrell said before the game he didn't know how true it was. Throw the ball down and away all night.
Inning and a third so far from Ramon Ramirez as he gets the corner 1-2.
I guess he's consistent, as they say. And then he's going to get nasty too. That's what I'm talking about, umpires now. You know, you can't say anything, you can't even pause too long, or the next one they'll ring you. I'm telling you.
This one bounced in. Varitek with a nice job to knock it down. Could not find it initially. No advance at first for Roland.
As hard as you can right here, split finger, right? Or changeup. I think he throws a changeup like puts his hand all the way around his changeup. It's not a split finger. It's like chokes it or something.
Varitek got some help that time from Marvin Hudson. Actually hit his leg. There's Okajima joined by Papelbon now with 2 outs in the eighth. 2-2 to Bautista. Ball 3, full count.
Hasn't been that sharp tonight. He comes out there. He won't end up giving up a run probably, but this isn't one of his best outings. When you're having a good year, you don't throw that well, and you end up getting guys out. And this is one of those outings for him.
Last time he worked was the walk-off win for Seattle on Sunday. Strikes out Bautista to end the eighth. 5-1 Boston. In these uncertain times, there is only one thing you can count on. Your family's future is safe with SBLI of Massachusetts. SBLI, the life insurance company rated A+ by AM Best for superior financial strength. Get your free quote today. Jason Bay not only doing it offensively, but defensively as well. Taking a look at what Jason Frazier's got. Going to be facing him. He's the new pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. David Ortiz leads it off for Boston in the 8th. Fouls it off above us. The numbers for Jason Frazier, second appearance of the series, 18th game of the year, 4-0 with a 0.60 ERA. Opponent batting average only at 176, and he's had 10 Ks, only one walk out of the pen for the Jays.
Well, we've got a good year going on right now. You wonder how important the innings that he's pitched so far have been. The way he's going, he should get some important innings.
Ortiz down the left field line towards the corner. It's bending and foul.
It's nice to have gotten that home run out of the way, but at the same time, you see these pitchers, everybody goes after them. You know, that it's getting to be a regular thing. Fastball, belt high in. Fastball up, hard as you can.
One and two now to Ortiz. Able to single back in the 5th inning, a 1-for-3 night with an RBI, 18 RBIs on the season.
Split finger right here. See if he can lay off.
He does, and the count evens at 2-2. It's Ortiz, Youkilis, and Bay in the 8th to face Jason Frazier.
I'd like to see somebody throw a piece of cheese and he bails and wails and hits a ball about 430, and then we could put everything to rest, huh? It's just a piece. I mean, somebody's gas and he just turns on it, hits a bomb.
Ortiz lines into the shift and right to Aaron Hill. That's one of the deepest second baseman alignments you'll see. And he was in the perfect spot for out number 1.
And that's annoying. I mean, that's a base hit. I mean, he didn't sting it, right? But that's a base hit. It's in right field. See this right here. Ball down and in. It's a ball on the line. I mean, there's nobody supposed to play there. Nobody's supposed to be there. Hello.
Even in the normal shifts, you don't see guys that far out.
Right. So that's got to be annoying, too. You know, you finally put a decent swing on something and don't get a hit. Got to feel all right, though. I mean, at this point, just a little at a time.
Youkilis grounding one foul. Kevin's been aboard twice tonight. A walk in the 1st, a single in the 3rd. And he hit one to the warning track in center field in the 5th, but Vernon Wells got back there to make the catch.
Boy, if he would have went deep, that would have been sick. Coming back like that. I mean, really, come on.
Mets in town, ready to go tomorrow night for game 1 of the 3-game series. Interleague underway. As Youkilis is down 0-2.
They got some turmoil in Mets country, don't they? They always do. They always got something going on. Somebody's not playing right. Somebody, whatever. They got a lot of people hurt over there. I know Delgado's out for a couple of months. In fact, Reyes might be hurt too. Again, he was hurt a week ago.
And that's a game back of the Phillies.
They had put a nice run together. Didn't they win like, what, 11 in a row? Not that many. Quite a few. Then they went to San Francisco, beat them 3 in a row, and then went to L.A., lost to them a couple. So they're coming in here at the end of a road trip, too. They're going to be tired.
Yeah, the first 2 stops on the West Coast. And they're working their way back home again, and 3 here. You know, the last couple of years have been so tough, and the way they've ended for the Mets the last 2 seasons.
Right. And, you know, and they did something about it, the bullpen. Right. They've got K-Rod now.
Yep,
and
J.J. Putz.
And they say he's hurting, too. So that's not a good thing for them. And The starting pitching has been so-so.
You take fouls it off 1-2.
Take Santana out of there, and they got Pelfrey, Maine. I think we'll see Maine on Saturday, and then Redding, the guy they got from Washington.
You're actually going to see Pelfrey on Saturday.
Pelfrey on Saturday, then Redding, right?
Yes, it's Dice K against Santana game 1, Beckett, Pelfrey game 2, and then Wakefield and Redding in game 3. On the corner for strike 3. Youkilis goes looking, and there's 2 down.
Frazier comes up with a nice pitch right here. This ball is paint, and you know the outside corner is a lovely place to be with this umpire. It's perfect example of all night long. That's a strike. Hang with him. Everybody's had to get that call tonight.
7 in a row retired by Blue Jays pitching. So there's a perfect example right there. Youkilis strikes out. He's not breaking stuff. He's under control. It's a whole new Yuk.
He's had a 2-week breather, man. But you got to like his approach. Got a base hit, walk, almost went bridge. He gets painted last time up.
He fouls it off as Frazier's ahead of him too. 0-2. Frazier's come in throwing strikes. 12 pitches, 9 strikes, and he's got 2 quick outs here in the 8th. A non-save situation with Papelbon warming in the pen. And get ready for a 9th inning that'll have the top of the Toronto Blue Jays order. Scudero, Hill, Rios.
You want to make sure you sweep this series. That's why he's going to come into this game 5-1. I'd throw another one out there. I'd throw 4 more out there.
Broken bat pop up. Millar into foul ground will run it down and make the catch that ends things here in the 8th. We head for the 9th. It's 5-1 Boston. Start for the Red Sox, 3-run first, a 2-run home run for Jason Day in the first inning off Robert Ray. His 13th home run, and this one hits on top of the bullpen wall and then heads out. Dustin Pedroia with an RBI single in the 5th gives the Red Sox their 5th run of the night. Plenty of offense for Boston, and the pitching tonight from John Lester, 6 1/3, giving up 1 run. And a good bounce back effort tonight after 2 tough outings, as he's able to keep this Toronto Blue Jays very good offense at bay. Papelbon on for the 9th inning. 18th appearance. This is not a save situation, but he is 11 out of 11 and a 1.00 earned run average.
Been a little more efficient, especially the last time out. There for a while, he's throwing a lot of pitches. We're over here critiquing him about, geez, how long it takes to get everybody out, which is a little harsh. But I think he's got it going on now. He's made it a lot easier on himself. This one being a 5-1 game, he's just trying to get these guys out of town, sweep them.
Well, when I ask you that, I mean, how much did it affect you coming in a non-save situation? Was it different for you mindset-wise?
Not the game like this. No. This is trying to sweep these guys. But sure, non-save situation, 10-1 or something. But this game's too close. 4 runs is nothing.
Scudero out after the first pitch. Lowell gathers. 1 down. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Your New England Chrysler dealers. Citizens Bank. Toyota's official website for deals. Buy at Toyota.com. And by Southwest Airlines. On 1 pitch, Papelbon's got 1 out in the 9th inning. Now deals with Aaron Hill, who was singled to drive in the Blue Jays' only run in the 7th inning.
Ooh, a little breaking ball. You don't see that too often. I guarantee you Aaron Hill is not looking for a slider down and away, and anything outside is a strike, remember. There you go.
This is this time 1-1.
Shocking he didn't ring that one up. It's funny he's throwing 2 breaking balls. I guess obviously you think about Hill, he's a dead fastball hitter, but another breaking ball.
Jumps ahead 1-2.
Gas Masterson's changed his whole way tonight, hasn't he? 3 sliders. When's the last time you've seen him throw 3 sliders in a row? Not too often. Not too often. I think he'll throw him another one. What do you think?
No.
Gas. Gas way outside. 6 inches. See you. Ring him.
Well, that one misplaced, and it ends up in right center field. Got a lot of the plate instead, and Aaron Hill kind of doing him a favor if you give him a fastball.
Well, that ball crunched him a little bit, ran back in, but he's not trying to throw it there. He's trying to throw it down and away, and this ball kind of runs back in on Aaron Hill. Doesn't really hit the sweet spot of the bat right here. Kind of crunched him a little bit, but still base hit.
His 2nd hit of the night. So 1 out, 1 on. Alex Rios, who was 1 for 4 tonight. He singled back in the 5th. Getting into the heart of this Toronto Blue Jays order, which has been kept quiet during this 3-game series.
They like to swing though early, I'm telling you.
Rios crushes it to left, but a foul ball.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No wonder he's throwing sliders. Not that pitch in particular, but I meant to Aaron Hill. These guys, they don't care what the score is. Normally you're going to try to take a pitch, aren't you? You're down by 4 runs. Meanwhile, he's trying to go bridge here. First pitch, jumps on it. Man, see, no matter how hard you throw, they're ready. This is a fastball hitting team. Another fastball. Gonna trick him.
This one up top for ball 1. Really gets Scudero to ground out on 1 pitch. Aaron Hill singles into center field. 1 out, 1 on for the Blue Jays. Rios now, Wells next.
Slider.
For strike 2.
That's more sliders than you'll see in 5 outings. It's a nice one, too. Little tight little slider. Outside corner. He's thrown 4 decent sliders tonight. Goes to show you, he's got more than that number 1. Another one. No. Fastball.
Rios gets a piece, fouls it off. Why do you think there are less splitters than we've seen in the past?
Well, I think he has problems with his splitter anyway. And first of all, not to a right-handed hitter. I think he has more apt to throw a splitter to a left-handed hitter. Because his weapons to a right-handed hitter, to me, is fastball, breaking ball. And to a left-handed hitter, that's a put-away pitch to a left-handed hitter who's trying to punch him out. Not that he hasn't thrown a split finger to a right-handed hitter. I know Jermaine Dye got one a couple of years ago, a tie game for the All-Star break, remember?
That game turned out to be, what, a 19-inning game by the end.
Exactly.
1-2 pitch and time called.
He didn't give him time. He didn't give him time. That's a ball. But Cap didn't even throw that ball. You ever seen that? The umpire did not give him time. Watch. He did not call timeout. Hello? There's no timeout. Watch. No timeout. I've said you don't see that very often. Meanwhile, he throws a ball, so that's got to be a ball, doesn't it?
2-2 is the count.
Yeah. Little Ephus pitch.
There's strike 3 over the outside corner.
Ball's outside.
All night the Blue Jays have been unhappy.
Ball's outside.
2 down in the 9th.
What's this guy's name? Marvin Hudson?
This is Marvin Hudson.
Do it, Marvin. You're marvelous, Marvin. Marvelous Marvin, outside corner. Check him out. Yes. It's close enough, though.
That's closer than some of them.
It's 5-1. If it's a 2-1 game, then you bark a little bit more. But there's been so many pitches outside corner tonight.
2 down, Aaron Hill at first base. Vernon Wells has been on base 3 times tonight. They'll take strike 1. Wells just 2 for 13 in his career against Papelbon. Back to Papelbon. He snares it, flips to first. Red Sox sweep the Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, the Blue Jays came into town with a 3.5 game lead, and the Red Sox able to sweep them for the first time here at Fenway since August of 2004. But the Red Sox winning tonight 5-1. John Lester, the winner for the 3rd time this season. As Terry Francona had an early start tonight from Jason Bay, who delivered with a 2-run home